Good morning, everyone. Thursday the 30th, July 2020. Are you on the edge of your seat? Are you waiting for the news from the big day yesterday in the court of law, Bottineau County Church, as I call it sometimes? Is justice delayed? Justice denied? Well, not always, because we have no resolution as of this moment to the 5-count infractions against your ever-flexible, always fluid, most humble messenger. And that actually is good news. We had a good day, productive day in court yesterday. Big shout out to my voluntary witnesses, my subpoenaed witness, Mayor Bill. It got to a point where there was just no reason to call you, sir. You couldn't help or hinder my case in the way things work out. I know you had a nice 2.5-hour vacation out there in the hallway, but hey, try to be a little more fair and reasonable. I have no axe to really grind with you as mayor. Just don't be hypocritical. Don't tell us we got to go without working and you get to drive on to mine it and like nothing ever happened. Like there is no pandemic. So I'm trying to get along with you. You fellow Army veteran, but I was Navy. All right, never had a problem with the Army until you, Bill. All right, so where are we at? You get to the point in the trial where you go to the closing arguments. You've seen it on TV hundreds of times, people. The prosecution gets the first crack at the jury. Then the defense gets their only one time with the jury. And then the prosecution gets their second crack at the jury. We have no juries, can't have a jury in this case, and quite frankly, I'm glad we don't. The prosecution gets 3 weeks to send a copy of his written closing arguments to the defense. And then we will have 2 weeks to send our written copy of our rebuttal to the prosecution. And then the defense or the prosecution will have another, I think it was 2 weeks to respond to our rebuttal. So that's the 2 cracks at the judge for the prosecution, 1 for the defense. Is that fair? I don't know. The prosecution, if they lose, cannot appeal. The defense, if they lose, we can appeal. Seems to be some kind of an offset there. So I'm not complaining. The judge in the matter, incredibly fair, very patient with a newbie trying to play lawyer. Now, in my defense, if you were sitting there as a defendant and you said to the judge, I didn't know I was breaking the law, the prosecution jump up, hey, ignorance of the law is no excuse, Your Honor, bullshit, can't use that argument. But they say a lawyer is one learned in the law, so if you have to know the law, we must all be lawyers. I guess some people are just better at lawyering than others. Kind of like hanging sheetrock, I guess. The more you do it, it sure looks easy. Hanging and taping sheetrock, the more you do it, the better you get. All right, so looks like we are not going to figure out and find out anything and have any kind of resolution until sometime in September. Now, why would such a minuscule little charge like an infraction for violating executive order of the governor, Doug Gates, require written arguments? Because the judge says there are complex issues in this simply charged case. Those complex issues are some serious constitutional questions. And without an exception, the 2 deputies and the sheriff, when they were on the stand, it got down to the end, and I said to each one of them, did you knock on my door? No. Did you ask permission? No. Did someone open the door for you? No. We walked in, and I said, and then you took pictures, gathered evidence. They're in this file right in front of me. You're going to tend to use against me. Where was the warrant? Yeah, they didn't think they needed one. Pretty dangerous thinking, huh? Fourth Amendment protection there, people. Now, the warrant process actually gives you a thin little veneer of more protection against overzealous, gung-ho law enforcement officers. How so, Dave? I'll tell you how so. Because now, instead of just walking in unannounced, doing whatever they want to do, they have to go to a judge to get permission to violate your Fourth Amendment rights. Don't know what your Fourth Amendment rights are, people? You should look them up. Hopefully, law enforcement in Bottineau County will be a little more attentive to some of the small, what they consider to be small, but in reality are very large details. Don't just walk in like you own the goddamn place. Show a little courtesy. I mean, I even said you didn't even have the courtesy to knock. No, you just, oh, it's an open door, I'm going to walk in. Don't want to belabor the point. There's some serious issues that need resolution. And I think the judge did well in saying, hey, I'm not going to sit up here and try to take notes of you two guys talking. You put it in writing. I'll take a look at it, and then I will render my decision. So, original question is justice delayed, justice denied. One more time, people. Not necessarily. I hope you can tell I'm winging this video. I don't have any notes. And, you know, I even stumble when I have notes. But I'll tell you what, it was kind of nice to have a day off yesterday from the wall. I'm just fixing. That's why you don't get my picture today. I'm not presentable, people. I'm just fixing to get gussied up, throw on my up-armored yellow vest, and get back on that wall. Because I don't think I missed a lot in a day, but things are changing fast, people. I hate to be a doom and gloomer. I hate to be a peddler of beer porn. But from what I've seen, I don't think things are going to get much better. Ever. Welcome to the new normal? I hate it. Oh, one more thing, people. Rights are like muscles. You've got to use them or lose them. I'm not blaming sheriff's departments or police departments for some of their aggressiveness. Totally not their fault. We don't do enough to keep our friendly public servants in check. Just quit being such a puss. Quit bending over so easy. Say no. Alright. Guess what? I got stuff to do. I can't believe it. I gotta get going, and I'm not ready for it. Hey, why don't you guys have a good day?